Hi, this is Roger, thanks for dropping by. Short video today. First things, a while back I did a video with the Twinkles. There's 6 Twinkles basically, all in spike, and we had to play the little game of which one's going to open first. I also included my Tahitian dancer having one parent as Soto Annum, so it's a sort of partial twinkle, shall we say. Anyway, that one didn't come first, so it doesn't matter. Out of the people who decided to play the game, most said that plant number 7 would be the first to open. Some said number 1, which was the this was number 1 over here, the Tahitian dancer. And although these buds look quite well advanced, these blooms are actually a reasonable size, so I think that's still got a week or more before that's going to open. So number 1 didn't make it basically. But out of the Twinkles, some of these were in their infancy. That spike's got a long way to go, and a long wait to go with it, as has this one. But this was plant number 7. Let's get it down. This was plant number 7, and these buds are well advanced. Yeah, they could open any time, but they didn't. It's no good being a nearly did. The one that actually opened first was plant number 5, and I'd say that is only just, but nonetheless that's the first bud to open. And this is good from my point of view, because I now know that that is Twinkle Cinnamon. I've been waiting for buds to open to find out. So I can get a tag on that now, so that next year, in anticipation, I'll know that this one is cinnamon. I did have 2, and one went to somebody else. I don't know how well theirs is doing, but mine's done something very strange. Look at where that spike's coming out. It's coming out of the oldest leafless shriveled pseudobulb. Now it's not a good spike, but it's the one that's opened its bloom. So the winner, plant number 5. I'd have said 5 or 7 personally, but the trouble is some of the Twinkles have smaller blooms than others, and consequently would have smaller buds. So although they look quite a long way off, they might not be as far off as you think. This one, Red Fantasy, the buds are colouring, even though they're still tiny. And the tiny Twinkle buds are white. So they're not going to get colour. So they'll sneak up, because they'll still look like buds that are developing, and all of a sudden they'll open, because they don't get colour. So anyway, that's that out of the way. So all those who said number 5, well done. All those that said 7, that was probably the best guess under the circumstances, but didn't quite make it in time. So, right, now the other thing is the virtual table display competitions that Bournemouth Orchid Society run, that I do basically, or I handle all the emails and the pictures and everything. This one for the December thing is not going to be a newsletter, it's just going to be the plant competition, that's all, and there's actually a fabulous prize for those who bother to join in. And the cut-off date is this Wednesday, close of play Wednesday the 2nd of December. I know what the prize is going to be. It's stunning. It is well worth having, especially as you get to keep it forever, not just for a year and then have to give it back like a lot of the cups and other trophies. So it's well worth doing, and so far I've got 6 people have bothered to enter. Well, you're going to help me become number 7. Now the rules are that you have to have owned the plant for at least a year, and you're not allowed to cheat and go back to July and incorporate a plant that was in bloom. It's supposed to be a current blooming, because under normal circumstances you'd have to take the plant in to the Christmas lunch and set it up on the table. So the idea is you're replicating that only with the picture, because we can't have a Christmas lunch. So I've got a choice of 2. I know it sounds, well, 3 I suppose. The Alexandriae was actually put in for last month and didn't get anywhere. It's very difficult to get a good photo of that, because the blooms are upside down, you know, they hang, and they're quite separate. So I couldn't get a very good picture of it, quite honestly. We've got this one. Now those blooms are starting to get a bit tired, but the colour on it is gorgeous. But yet again, to get a picture, round the other side I've got 2 blooms facing the same way, which would mean I'd have 4 with their back to the shot. Round this side I've got 3 in a line, but then 1 sideways on and 2 backwards. Again, if I turn it to there to get 4 in, they're sort of sideways on then. So that's a possibility. We have the bulbophyllum. Now again, because these have got long spikes, I can contrive a picture where these can be brought together. Yeah, these can be brought closer in to get a better image, and possibly an image with the plant in the background, because the plant is part of that really, it's not just the blooms. So that's a possibility, and the other possibility depends on what it does. And it's up here. Now this took a first at one of the Christmas, I think 2 years ago, and I actually got a big certificate for it because it went over the 36 points. But this little cattleya, it depends what it's going to do. I've got till Wednesday evening for this to open more blooms to become probably the best choice. But we've got a lovely spike here. We've got another growth next to it with some buds that probably won't be open by Wednesday. This cluster will be fully open. This one will. This one will. And unfortunately so will that one, but that's heading round the back of the mount, so we can't get that in the shot. But then we've got buds here, and down the bottom of the plant there's some buds tucked away there as well. But it's only got a few days to get these buds open, if you see what I mean, to make it a better show. So that really depends on what it does. The 2 spikes that are fullest open now are also a long way apart. You know, to try and get a shot, you've got buds, blooms either side of the photo and nothing in the middle, apart from a manky leaf. Whereas like from this angle, there will be more blooms in the shot if they're all open in time. I could just do a close-up. Of the single bloom spike with the nice new growths in the background. Get rid of that manky leaf. I'll cut that one off. It's only one after all. So that's a possibility, but I don't know. We'll have to wait till Wednesday and see where the plant is actually by the end of play on Wednesday. See how much additional stuff has opened. But I don't know what you people think, but really the choices are this one up here, the Phalaenopsis. And again, I mean, I can get a nice vertical shot of those 3 blooms. I don't think I kept that one that was taken in the sunshine that time. But anyway, I mean, I can wait till, you know, after dark on Wednesday. Up until then, we might get some nice lighting to actually light that one up nicely. Same with this one. You know, some filtered sunshine on that. I might be able to work on that and get a good photo of it, but those are the choices really. This one, the bulbophyllum, and the Cattleya cernua. Those are my 3 choices. The Sotoanums qualify, but the blooms are going, and they're not at their best now. You know, that was at its best before I ruined it. So that's where we are. There isn't anything else that I can put in. I mean, I've got a Masdevallia with 1 bloom open. Well, that's not gonna get anywhere, is it? And I've got a Restrepia with quite a few blooms, but they're tiny. And again, trying to get a photo that does justice to Restrepia blooms is almost impossible, because this is a people's choice vote. The members are going to vote, so the judging rules are out the window. So potentially, although it's naughty, the quality of the picture and the framing, the actual shot itself, will influence members because they're not applying the judging rules. So a really good photo might actually be more important than whether the plant can be pronounced or how rare it is or anything like that, because it does influence the judges. I know it does. They don't admit it, but you know. Rarity and difficulty to grow when you're judging a blooming on a plant doesn't really count for many points, does it? It does in the true judging when they look at the plant and the growing and the culture and everything, but we're only doing blooms this time round. So anyway, say what you think. As I said, I've got other things in bloom, but I haven't owned them for the full year, so they don't qualify. I'm not a cheat. I don't see any point. If you can't win properly, you know, above board, then as far as I'm concerned, you're better off not entering. You know, I don't like the idea of cheating or bending the rules, shall we say. So we'll call that choice number one. I mean, that has got a name, so it's not just going to be Dendrobium hybrid. It is Dendrobium Thai Angel. It's got a proper name, registered. And then we've got the Bulbophyllum Elizabeth Ann Buckleberry. That was awarded when that first came out. So that would be plant number 2. And then plant number 3 is the little Cattleya cernua up there. And that's all I've got that I can enter at the moment, so we'll go from there. And again, with the Twinkles, all those who said number 5, you overrode the mainstream, if you know what I mean, because nearly everybody went for plant number 7. So those who said 5, you did well to do something a bit different to what the others said. So anyway, I'll see you next time. Thanks for dropping by.